Oral communication implies communication through mouth. It includes individuals conversing with each other, be it direct conversation or telephonic conversation. Speeches, presentations, discussions are all forms of oral communication. Oral communication is generally recommended when the communication matter is of temporary kind of or where a direct interaction is required. Generating a variety of meanings with the words and sounds released from the mouth is oral communication. In most day to day communication situations, we engage in oral communication by exchanging ideas through the use of language. Verbal communication is different from oral communication. In verbal communication, words are spoken, either written, but in oral communication, it is limited to what is said through the mouth. Oral communication should be handled politely, attractively, and meaningfully. Oral communication is a skill that can be developed by an individual. By being a good listener, one could develop one's oral communication skills. Oral communication is done automatically and frequently. It is natural. It can be easily understood by others. It allows words to be selected according to the receiver. It allows to obtain support through nonverbal communication. That means sometimes we use nonverbal communication during oral communication. Oral communication requires the communicator to be always physically present. In verbal communication, sometimes we may write something on a document and the receiver may read it later. But in oral communication, the communicator has to be physically present. Oral communication may differ according to the field of receivers or audience. For example, engaging in oral communication with a member of the clergy, or one has to carefully select words when with a child. Oral communication skills are necessary for the development of literacy, thinking, and learning. Following are some of the factors that help the development of oral communication skills: listening, reading, imitating fluent speakers, obtaining speech training, addressing one individual, addressing a group, loud pronouncing, presenting different speech forms. Drama, dialogues, reported speech, etc. belong to different speech forms. Verbal communication carried out with the use of sound patterns in a language. The roles of verbal communication are as follows: teaching, instructing, and providing guidance, exchange of information among people, maintaining human relationships, sharing emotions generated in the mind, creating individual personality and accomplishment of various tasks. Verbal communication skills of a communicator are important for presenting something effectively. For this, he or she should be skillful in expand the vocabulary, develop his or her knowledge that's based on information, engage in prior preparation, develop the presentation skills further, use appropriate language, build a self identity and uniqueness, use words responsibly.